Hi everyone, welcome back. It's 2024 and our first recipe is Kibbeh Sanieh. You can't get more delicious. Kibbeh Sanieh is a Lebanese or Middle Eastern dish that we bake. It's a lean ground lamb that we sandwich between a beautiful delicious filling of lamb with onion, sumac and pomegranate, and we bake it and it's delicious. But today the excitement for me is sharing with you how I actually freeze this uncooked. So basically, I'm going to show you how you can make Kibbeh Sanieh, 3 or 4, as many as you want, 2 at a time, and you stack them in your freezer without a tin, and when you're ready to just take them out of the freezer, you pop them back into the tin that you made them in to begin with, and you bake them. So it's a real space saver idea. I learned this from my auntie and I can't wait to share that with you. So let's get started. You're going to start by soaking the cracked wheat, which is your bulgur, in water until it's fully absorbed, and then using your hand knead it until the texture is even and smooth. Now process the lamb pieces with ice and salt in a food processor until the meat is smooth and very fine. Transfer this processed meat mixture over the soaked wheat. In the same food processor, we're going to create our flavour-packed spice herb mix. And don't worry about cleaning the processor, we're using it for the same recipe. So in goes our onion, marjoram, mint, chili, capsicum and basil leaves, and we process until it's super fine, and then we add our spices and our salt, and we give it a quick pulse to mix. Place this mixture over our meat and wheat mixture, and now we knead until everything comes together. For the filling, you're going to peel and chop 2 onions. You're going to heat some olive oil in a pan, but you're going to start by frying the pine nuts first until they're beautifully golden. Set them aside, and then in the same pan, you're going to saute the onions until they're nice and soft. Add the lamb mince and cook until it's browned. Now season it with your salt, bharat, sumac for the amazing flavour, and finish it off with a drizzle of pomegranate molasses. And stir in those toasted pine nuts as well, so our filling now is ready. Oil your 40cm round baking tin, and this size is ideal if you're making kibbeh and want leftovers. We'll use this pan to create our kibbeh masterpiece, and you can find the link to this tray in the caption below as well. It's the perfect size for this recipe. So now, if you are freezing, here's the clever freezer tip to save space. Start by oiling your baking pan and lining both the bottom and the sides with a clean, large plastic bag. Any plastic bag will do, as long as it will lay flat in over the oil. The oil will help the bag stick to the base, making sure it doesn't move, but don't worry, we'll move it later. Now wet your hands with ice water and let's get creative. We're going to shape our kibbeh into flat patties. You're going to press over half of the mixture evenly across the bottom of the baking dish onto the bag, and you're going to bring it up to the sides. So you'll use more than half of the kibbeh mixture for the bottom and the sides of the dish. Smooth using your wet hands and make sure the water is nice and cold. Spoon the meat filling over the bottom of the kibbeh layer, spreading it evenly, and now fold down those sides of the base kibbeh layer over the filling to encase it, creating a sealed edge around. Smooth as you go. I'm using a knife here. Now, time for the top layer. You're going to repeat the process with the remaining kibbeh mixture, creating a top layer over the filling. And just make sure no filling is visible and the top is smooth. Use your hands and water to help smooth the layer. Now grab a knife, and with confidence, you're going to slice the kibbeh diagonally to form those beautiful diamond-shaped slices. And if cutting is a little bit of a challenge, I've also leave a link for you below, as I have dedicated a whole blog for just cutting this, because I know the feeling of thinking that you can't. You can check out my step-by-step blog. To make it even more special, place 3 pine nuts on each slice. Now pop this into your freezer just like this. Once fully frozen, I'll show you how easily it pops out. So the kibbeh is now frozen, so we pull the bag right out, wrap it up with plastic and pop it back into your freezer. Space saver. And when you're ready to bake, you remove it from the plastic, you oil that same tray, you pop the kibbeh in there, you defrost it overnight or in the morning, or if you're time poor, you can put it straight into the oven, but just let it sit out for about 15 or so minutes. It may shrink a little bit, but still delicious, and sometimes it doesn't even shrink. Before we pop our baked lamb kibbeh in the oven, I want to share another recipe with you. If you're in the mood for something different but just as delicious, you're going to check out my easy and creamy one pot wonder. Irresistible garlic infused chicken and baby potatoes recipe. It's perfect for those times when you feel like something not so traditional. Alright, let's get back to our kibbeh. We're going to drizzle olive oil all over, and now it's time to bake it in your oven for about 50 to 55 minutes, or until the meat is fully cooked and the top is beautifully browned. And there you have it, your own homemade baked lamb kibbeh, kibbeh Sanieh. It is a delicious dish that's bursting with flavour and perfect for sharing with family and friends. Enjoy.